I have something like this at home, Mr. Wizard.
You do?
Yep. It's like a Christmas tree.
Mm-hmm.
And it has a little plate on the bottom. There's 2 candles. And the hot air, it rises. And there's this little kind of a vent thing on top. And it makes it go around and it hits little bells.
Right. That's a very popular sort of thing you get out at Christmas time. Well, here's a sort of simple version you can make at home out of a piece of paper. But there's one other important part of it that I think you ought to realize. First of all, come on over here. You can see what you do is you get a piece of paper and you cut it into a spiral.
Oh, yeah.
You see, you just cut around here until it gets down to until there's about that section, that much in the center. Then here is the other very important part. You recognize that?
Yeah.
A metal thimble. Plastic works pretty well, but metal is better. Now, come on over here. I'll show you. You can think you can put the rest of it together?
Yeah, that looks like, see, this is the spool, and you stick it on the lamp, and in the spool you stick the pencil, and in the eraser of the pencil you stick an upside-down needle.
Right. That's very important because watch what happens when I put the thimble on top of the needle and give it a spin.
How come it's not stopping?
Yes. That's a very important pivot for home scientists. They've been using the needle and the thimble for years as a pivot because it takes, because there's such a sharp point on the needle and the metal thimble, there's very little contact between the two because the point is so sharp. So it takes very little energy to make it go around. And that's extremely important because the force that makes this piece of paper twirl is very, very low. And there it goes. Where does the energy come from to make this thing go now?
Hot air is pushing up on it.
Well, yes, that's true. Most people say that. Hot air is pushing up or hot air rises. But it seems strange, doesn't it, that gravity pulls everything else down. Why doesn't it pull down on hot air?
It's light?
It's light. Well, that's part of the explanation. Think of it this way. As you know, when you heat up air, it expands. So an equal amount of hot air weighs less than an equal amount of cold air. So gravity pulling down on the cold air, in effect, flows and forces the hot air up. So hot air doesn't rise, it's pushed up by cold air. And that's what's making this thing. So when somebody asks you, why is this thing going around, it's true, it's because of the hot air going up, but you can be very smart and say, it's also because of what?
Gravity.
Right.